So good evening. My name is Craig Blanchett. It's my honor to bring you this healthy huddle. Today is July 5th. So we just all went through a nice holiday weekend. Hopefully you had a great holiday weekend. And for those of you that are watching this via recording, I just want to let you know that we do this from 6 to 7 o'clock every Tuesday. And you can tune in, set your alarm on your phone, and then you pull up a browser and go to zoom.us, and then click on join a meeting, and then you type in the meeting number, which is 503-974-1671, and that'll get you to the live meeting. We have two episodes. One, the first half hour is the first episode is the Healthy Huddle, and then the second episode, which happens at 6:30, is where we do a chapter in Dr. A's Habits of Health. We're at chapter 2, and we started at 26, so we're almost finished with that. But tonight's topic that I wanted to talk with you guys about is just about your 4th of July celebration, and thinking through things that you did. What was, you probably have a lot of things going in your mind, but I want you to focus on just two simple things. What's something you did this year that was a healthier habit than you have done in the previous years? And then what was something that you want to do better in? So what went well, what went better than before, and what was something you're still working on? And so who do we have on tonight here that wants to share first? Go ahead and unmute yourself, or you can raise your hand. There's a little button on there that allows you to raise your hand. It's under the participants tab. Who wants to go first tonight? How about you, Barb?
Well, I was just about to unmute myself because you know me, I'll just jump in anytime, right?
Yeah.
It was an odd celebration this year for us. So it was not anything that we've done in the past in terms of getting together with family and the like. But you know what went well was that be healthy. That was, and maybe that's because I wasn't getting together with a whole lot of people. So I was better able to direct what we were planning for our meals. And for me, the biggest thing is that Tim actually got me out on a hike on Sunday, which, as many of you know, that kind of thing is a struggle for me.
Mm-hmm. So essentially two things, as just to refrain, is you avoided being part of lots of celebrations because there was temptations, and then so that's one thing you avoided, and then one thing you added was you got out and went on a hike.
Right.
Yeah. Great. Yeah. Excellent. Yeah. Thanks for sharing. Mm-hmm. Who wants to go next?
I'll go next.
Yeah.
I'll get it out of the way.
Yeah.
We went for a walk yesterday before we went to the celebration.
Mm-hmm.
Cloudy here, so it was kind of not the greatest weather for it, but and try to eat every 2 to 3 hours before. One of the things I'd like to improve on is the people I were with like to celebrate with drinking. And so I would have preferred that I was able to not partake in the margarita too.
Yeah.
So that's where I need to work on, is go there and just enjoy, just not feeling the pressure of having to participate, because everybody can have a good time. You can still have a good time without it. So
yeah, great. Yeah, for me, I went I got up on, Saturday, I got up and did a nice bike ride. I actually got caught out a little longer than I intended to be. A big group of cyclists went by, and whenever I'm riding by myself and I see a pack of 15 cyclists, I tend to want to go be social. So I was out for an hour and a half, too long. But that was one thing we did. And then on the 4th of July, this is the first time my wife and I actually were in bed by 8:30. And we had our earplugs in because it was kind of noisy last night. But we didn't really want to just go out and be around, staying up late. And so that was still getting in good sleep. It wasn't like we were going to see any fireworks we hadn't seen before. And we just didn't really have anything planned. So during the day, we actually went to the blues festival and walked around and just listened to the music. So that was something that we did instead of being around the food at the party. Yeah. Yep. How about you, Pamela? Let me unmute you. How about you? Did you have something?
Well, wasn't the best thing in the world. I worked at a fireworks booth for 5 days. So it was it was really tough to eat every couple of hours. There was a tremendous amount of walking. That was probably the good thing, but trying to make better choices every couple of hours and keep myself cold was probably that was a struggle. And it wasn't difficult.
Yeah. Got it. Do you think it was healthier than last year?
Probably, and I actually did pack a little lunch, so that was one good move.
Good. All right. Great. Thanks for sharing with us. How about you, Eileen?
Yeah, it was definitely better than last year because I wasn't on plan last year. So I ate anything I wanted and drank anything I wanted. But this year, I started out by walking early in the morning for, I believe it was an hour, or just short of an hour. And I did go to a celebration, and I ate, a chicken salad that I had made and a little meat. But I didn't make the wisest choices after that. I kind of went downhill. I didn't drink. I drank water, but I did eat a little dessert.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's interesting. We make really good choices with dinner, and then if we hang around the food or if dessert's out, eventually, Dr. A talks about our willpower. That's it's like a battery that gets drained. Eventually, it runs out of juice, and so if we're relying on willpower, like all batteries, eventually you'll run out of power. And so the way to overcome the need for willpower is by building a habit. And so, in a situation like that, it might be that you just go in another room from where or if the dessert's inside, you're outside. Or just, for me, I find being in a different location than the dessert helps me. But habits overcome that need for willpower. So, yeah. Interesting. Thanks for sharing, though.
Yeah.
How about you, Mark? I unmuted you.
Was I muted?
You were. You're not now.
Oh. Mine was pretty quiet in the sense that I didn't do much, but it was awesome in the sense that I got to listen to everybody else's.
How's that? Oh, everybody else's fireworks?
Everyone else's fireworks, 11:30, 12 o'clock at night, 12:30.
Yeah.
So the ladies going off, and it was, that part was pretty cool.
Yeah. Got it.
But I think it's, there was something that was mentioned is we are good planners. Think about when we have these events, we plan on how we're going to attack them. We're going to be pretty good. I want to stay on plan. I have a plan, but then we get there, we're just not at times we're not very good doers.
Yeah. One of the things I've found is when I go into a situation like that, I'll have a conversation with, if I'm really watching things and I'm really trying to stay on track, I'll let my wife know, here's my strategy. I'm going to do, a single serving and no dessert, and I'm going to be in the living room. And I just tell her those things. And so then when she sees that if I'm doing something different than what I said, I know that she knows that I know. And that seems like it makes such a big difference for me. So going in there with somebody else on your team that knows your plan, she doesn't micromanage my plan, but she knows that I know she knows. And that, oddly enough, is enough for me.
Mhm.
So
You touched on something too. It's like, our environment kind of influences us. And if we're at a party, think of the micro environment. If we hang around the micro environment of temptations, our willpower is going to run out. We'll probably make some choices that we normally wouldn't make if we were in a different part of that environment.
yeah. Someone just had a question about wine, and someone said they went sailing. Ginny went sailing on the 4th. Did have a wine, but had a bunless burger. She didn't cheat. And red wine. Dr. A does say that 4 ounces of red wine is the best. One of the downsides is sometimes 4 leads to another 4 and another 4, and so you have to be careful with that, because wine can any of those types of things can lower your willpower, or lower your things. Just become a lot more easy to say, oh, it's okay, that kind of thing. So a couple things to think about. But I've heard, and I haven't verified this, but that 4 ounces, you can still be in fat burn with 4 ounces. But to me, I would play it safe, because definitely wine does come from fruit. So I believe it's grapes. Last time I checked. All right, Sherry, you're up.
Okay. Well, I didn't do much for the 4th. I just stayed at home and made fish for dinner, which was a change for me. I'm usually not a fish eater, but I did make cod and shrimp. So that's different than I've never done before. And fed it to didn't feed it to the dog, but shared the extra over the 7 ounces with the dog.
Okay.
So kept her happy, and then had to shield her from the noise later on, because she doesn't like loud noises at all. And that's all I did for the 4th.
Yeah. So do you think, if you were to think about last year's 4th, do you think this one was healthier than the last one?
Much healthier.
Yeah.
Yes, because I've never eaten fish before.
Oh, wow. Great.
That's my big new thing that I'm doing, so that's great.
Congratulations. Way to go. Yeah. Thanks for sharing. All right, Vivian, you're up. Let me unmute you. Oh, you're not unmuting for some reason. Try to unmute yourself on your end. Yeah, I don't know why it's not unmuting for some reason. We'll come back to you. Don, you're up.
Hello.
Yep. We'll come back to you, Vivian. Go ahead, Don.
Hey, Craig. Just wanted to say that it was a very busy 4th of July weekend around here. I spent the weekend down at church, which is a good 5 hours on Saturday and about 5 or 6 hours on Sunday. And then we are remodeling a bedroom to get ready for Justin. He is coming in from Pearl Harbor in a couple of weeks. So we just saw him at Pearl Harbor a couple of weeks ago, and now he's coming in for a wedding of his best friend. So we'll get to share some more time with him. And I think I said last week when I got on the Huddle that while we were in Hawaii, it was a little hard to stick right with the program, because there is a lot of good food out there. And put on a couple of pounds and was able to take that back off fairly quick. So I'm back where I was before we left for the trip, which is a good thing. And I plan on being a little skinnier when I see you guys down at the hotel in Austin.
Yeah, great. Looking forward to that.
Yeah.
Awesome, Don. Well, great. Okay, Vivian, let's try it again. Unmute audio. Let's see here. Yeah, your internet must be super slow for some reason. I don't know why.
Okay.
Now I can hear you. I'm going to mute your video. That might help it.
Okay.
Go ahead and try. Yep, I can hear you now.
Well, I was cleaning house all day because I've been at my daughter's house for at a convention for work, and then to a convention for a nonprofit that she but what was really, and I mean, I was running and doing things all day, but at 10 o'clock they were showing the fireworks from Fort Vancouver, and I and the dog did not just watch, we danced.
Oh, wow.
To every single song for the entire half hour. It was wonderful.
Wow, that's great. Awesome. Thanks for sharing, Vivian. That's great. All right, let's see here. Kathy Ladd, you're up. I unmuted you.
I don't want to talk.
You don't? Uh-oh. So
Well,
first, you know the two questions? Was this fourth healthier than your last fourth?
probably until dinner time.
Okay.
And then I just kind of went off the deep end and decided I was going to have what I wanted to have. And I I couldn't even eat the whole hamburger.
Mm.
And I did put cauliflower in with the potatoes for the salad for everybody.
Oh, that's a good one.
I had homemade ice cream and cobbler, but not as much as I would have had last year.
Yeah.
So, and the scales were fine this morning. I am today doing good. I'm maintaining wonderful. So I figured, but there's a bag of potato chips sitting in my cupboard. And so I went and got a handful today because I was really enjoying them yesterday. And so I just sent a message to my sister this afternoon, and I said, so should I just eat the whole bag and get rid of them? And she just sent a message back just a few seconds ago saying, hee, give them to someone else.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, this wasn't, and I know I didn't plan ahead. See, I didn't plan ahead.
Well, you know, if you think about it, that bag of potato chips, maybe that's $2, maybe $3, right? And they're either gonna go, and this is a little bit of a graphic, but they'll either go in the toilet or they'll go in the garbage, right?
Right.
And so you get to make a decision and think it's $2 or $3, and they're gonna go one place or the other. If they go in the garbage, I take a little better care of me. If they go in the toilet, then maybe I didn't take such good care of myself. So think about that, and just to make a decision, are these potato chips worth think of the mental somersaults and gymnastics that you're going through over these potato chips. You know, it's like, oh man. Yeah, exactly.
But I did go a good mile walk last night.
Good. That's good.
So, but I didn't get rid of enough calories. I mean, I ate too many.
You never will. Well, you would have to walk for, I mean, if you put on a pound, that's 33 miles. That's more than that's 33 miles. That's a long walk, right?
That's a long walk for me.
Yeah. I mean, I jumped on my bike this morning at 5 a.m. and I visited a few different places, but I did 60 miles on my bike today, and I was on there for 8 hours, but I still only burnt about 1,500 calories. I mean, it's just, you just can't do it. I can't. I mean, that was 60 miles, and it's hard for me to burn 3,500 calories. That's only one measly pound. Yeah. So it's hard, but not eating it is way easier than trying to burn it, in my opinion.
Lesson, I've got to plan ahead.
Yep, there you go.
My husband, I liked that a lot.
Yep.
Got to tell somebody, I'm going to be good now. I'm going to be healthy.
Yep. Good stuff. Thanks, Kathy. All right, let's see. Carol, you're last. You're up.
Oh,
Well, I definitely was healthier this year because of the fact I wasn't on the plan last year. And I did make sure I went for about a mile walk on the 4th of July and also on the Saturday and Sunday of the weekend. I ate a hamburger, but no buns. I ate it with lettuce. And probably my biggest failure is I couldn't leave the cherries alone. So I ate cherries, but I kept away from the watermelon, which is really hard. But I don't see any change in my weight when I weighed this morning. So I think I pretty much stayed about the same.
Yeah, and one of the things, I don't know if you realize it, but cherries are a low glycemic fruit, and
That's
watermelon is the high one. So as far as an educated decision, you made a healthy decision there.
Yeah, and it was a lot of fun because I had a lot of family around me a lot of the time. So it was, and they all were very supportive. So it makes a big.
Yeah, good job. Thanks for sharing. Okay, Kim, you want to share?
Well, honestly, I have no idea if this year was healthier or not than last year because I can't remember last year at all. But I know that this year was very healthy, so that's good.
Mm-hmm.
I missed the first question, so
That was first one. Second one is there something that you would do different?
I probably would be a little bit more active than I was this year. Definitely didn't get as many steps and stuff so in that way, that's possible that that last year could have been more active because it was not just watching for the fireworks. It was a parade where I did some of the time, but it was some sitting, and so I think that would probably be the difference. But just have a kind of a nice healthy menu for 4th of July that has probably been last year and this year, and it's enjoyable, so it's not like I feel like I'm being deprived by eating healthy. So so it's good that has continued, and maybe next year I can get more activity in.
Yeah, great stuff. Awesome, guys. Well, thank you for joining us for the Healthy Huddle, the holiday 4th of July edition. Stay